Productivity is not about working around the clock, exhausting yourself, and burning through your creative energy. To be truly productive, you want to maximize your output for the longest duration possible. After publishing a YouTube video every day while still working a full-time job and finding the time to exercise, I learned a thing or two about productivity and time management. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 habits that have made me insanely productive. And they are going to make you insanely productive, whether that's in your studies, your career, your health, or even with your family. If you want to be more productive than you ever have been before, you need to start holding a meeting with yourself. Imagine a company that never had any meetings. It would be total chaos. Everyone would be working in different directions. There would be no consensus, no strategy. Well, your life is exactly the same. And in fact, meetings are even more important for you than they are for a company. Because a company only has one purpose, to generate revenue. Whereas you have many goals in your life, in your career, in your family, with your personal health and fitness. So once a week, I encourage you to hold a meeting with yourself. And to take this more seriously, I suggest that you go to a particular location to hold this meeting, such as a coffee shop. Personally, I actually book out this conference room every week to have this meeting. In this meeting, you're going to review and analyze your goals. Look back on the week that just happened. What went well? What didn't go so well? And what can you change for the week ahead? It's for this reason that I find it most beneficial to have this meeting on Sundays. However, I also have a monthly meeting in which I specifically review my goals for the month, for the quarter, and for the year. To me, this meeting is all about reflection and planning. I spend a lot of time pacing around the room, just thinking. I journal. I look at the analytics and the statistics that I have to measure my success in different areas of my life. And then I plan ahead using Google Calendar. That brings me nicely on to my next point. If you want to be a productive man, it is essential that you make a timetable and stick to it. I just used the analogy of a company to describe the importance of meetings. Well, imagine this one. Imagine a school that had no timetable. The kids just arrived at 8:30 in the morning and the teachers said, well, I guess we should do some learning. It would be complete chaos. Well, the same applies to how you spend your free time. To maximize productivity, each minute of every day needs to be utilized effectively. Be deliberate and plan ahead with your time so that there is no room for procrastination, doubt about what you should do, or bad habits. However, your timetable is not a prison. You should include time for hobbies and leisure activities, even just rest and relaxation. Conscientious people like myself often struggle to unwind and recuperate. We have a feeling of guilt that we're not doing enough. So using a timetable is a way to actually schedule in this rest time so that we don't feel guilty about it. We can see it as a beneficial thing in our lives. So if you're a conscientious type A personality like me, you likely find it difficult to unwind and actually relax. One thing that's really helped me overcome this is to think of myself like a professional athlete. Everything an athlete does is focused on enhancing their performance. However, an athlete knows that it is counterproductive to train every second of every day. Michael Jordan knows that he would not be a better basketball player if he trained 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's because athletes understand the value of recovery. And I think that's a lesson many students, entrepreneurs, and creative people could all learn. Sleep is an obviously very important aspect of recovery, but it's also important to have recovery time when we are awake. Sitting on the couch now and then watching a movie can actually help you refresh and recover. Particularly before sleep, I find that winding down helps relax my mind so that I'm not laying in bed awake thinking about work. Now, certain types of personalities need to be encouraged to relax more than others. For some people, it's their default state. So I encourage you to see the value in rest and recovery, but don't spend too much time on this. Personally, I think 10% of your waking hours spent on rest and recovery is more than enough. Here's one simple trick that is really helping me improve my productivity. That is using a very basic habit tracker. Daily habits shape the man you become, and most of our lives is spent doing the same kind of things every day. I like to think of habits as like bricks. Good habits are like the bricks that you use to build a house. However, bricks can also be used to cause damage and destruction, as do bad habits. So a habit tracker is simply a table or an app that you use to track which habits you have successfully completed every day. Here is mine. I have 3 habits right now. Number 1, don't snooze the alarm. Number 2, follow my meal plan. And 3, read for 20 minutes a day. I prefer the simple pen and paper method, and I find it very rewarding to tick that box after successfully completing each habit every day. I encourage you to select 3 to 5 daily habits that are specific to you. For example, I don't feel like it's necessary to have a habit on there of drinking 2 liters of water because I drink water like a fish all day and I easily exceed that. However, for you, if you feel like you are often dehydrated, that might be a good habit for you. I will say that the habit tracker works best for certain types of personalities. Myself, I'm a little OCD. I get a great deal of satisfaction out of completing the habits that I've set out for myself. Others might not find it so rewarding. Gentlemen, I hope you're hungry because it's time to eat the frog. Eat That Frog was a book by Brian Tracy, and in the book he explains a very basic but highly effective productivity strategy. He explains this strategy with the metaphor of eating a frog. So imagine you sit down at a restaurant and you are informed that you are going to have to eat a live frog if you want to enjoy your actual meal. Now, what would be easier, to enjoy your lovely steak frites and dessert and then try and eat the frog when you're already full? Or would it be best to eat the frog straight away, very quickly, get it done and out of the way, and then you can enjoy that delicious main course and dessert? I think we can all agree that it would be better to eat the frog first. And that metaphor applies to our most difficult, arduous, and challenging tasks for the day. There is some overlap between this concept and the concept explained in the book Deep Work, which encourages you to spend about 1.5 to 2 hours in the morning first thing tackling your most difficult, most intimidating task. And you can use those meetings with yourself and your timetable to determine what that frog is for you and at what time it's best to do it. Don't ruin tomorrow tonight. There are 2 ways to guarantee an unproductive day tomorrow: drinking too much and staying up too late. I don't know about you, but for me, the 2 often go quite hand in hand. One turns into a few turns into few too many, and next thing you know, you're getting home at 3 AM and waking up the next morning with a terrible hangover. Now, I absolutely encourage you to go out and enjoy yourself. It's an important part of socializing and rest and recovery. However, try your best not to drink too much. Personally, I find that I can work for one day on just a few hours sleep. No problem, I sleep really well the rest of the week. However, add a hangover into this equation and I am absolutely done for. However, staying up late and drinking too much are not the only killers of productivity. So would be staying up all night playing video games or getting high on the day when you have a lot to do. So however you like to relax and unwind, try your best to avoid these productivity killers. Gentlemen, if you've made it this far, then I think you would really enjoy a free self-improvement course that I've made called The Gentleman Method. I created this because I didn't see a self-improvement protocol out there that was oriented toward the goal of being a gentleman. This is a completely free video course I've made for you. It has action steps and there is a built-in community to help support you on your journey. I'm giving this away for free because I simply want to help as many people as I can achieve their goal of being a gentleman and being a better man. I also wanted to provide a clear blueprint, a clear roadmap with action steps to help you become a gentleman and do away with all of the esotericism, mystery, and elitism I see around that word. As I said, it's completely free. All I need you to do is click the link below and you can start enjoying this course and reaping the rewards.